dun 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 dun. Did you like that?
Sucked. I don't know what you were doing.
I was doing the intro to China in Your Hands by Tapao.
Memorable,
Anyway.
evidently,
yeah. Welcome. We are back
we're back
in our new studio, and at this point we should be putting in a snippet of a tour of this new studio, won't we?
Yes.
And apologies that it's taken us so long to get back on the air.
Yeah, I mean,
3 months.
I had an excuse, but I'm not going to bother anymore because it's a bit overspent. I was busy. Had to go out. To go get some bread, some milk, some toilet paper.
Bug roll!
Which, if you're a hermit and you live in a cave or under a rock, you will not be aware that coronavirus has infected the world.
I've had it.
I don't think you have had it.
I'm still in self-isolation. You shouldn't be sitting this close to me. Actually, but today is day 7.
What, about a metre?
Well, yes, yeah. 2 metres, isn't it? Social distancing. I want to talk about that in a little while.
Okay, I'm sure you do.
Social distancing.
Right.
So, but before we do that, I want to talk about this week's featured album, which is...
Of course.
Bridge of Spies by Tapao. We were asked to review this album by John Coffey from Cornwall.
There we go, no glare this time.
Unfortunately, I don't have many good things to say about this album.
Unfortunately not. You already told me yesterday what happened was you go, oh, Jake, we need to record a podcast because we're ready for it. I went, oh, we do. He goes, I've listened to the album. I went, oh, fantastic, this is great. We're going to have a really good start to the season. You're on it. And he goes, it's shit.
That was the exact words I used.
It's absolute shit. What I don't understand is that nothing on the album is good, and then in 2018 she releases a song. It's amazing. Why didn't she do it then?
That's true. It's true, because this album... So it featured the first 2 singles that Tapao released.
Yeah.
China in Your Hand, which I'm sure most people will have heard. And what was the other one? See, I can't even remember. China in Your Hand. Oh, Heart and Soul. That's the intro I was doing that. Dun, dun, dun,
That's
dun,
what you were
dun,
doing.
Dun, dun. Give a little bit of heart and soul. Yeah, it's quite a clever track, Heart and Soul, because they do like an overdub where she overdubs herself.
What are you talking about?
Well,
you mean she sings with herself at the same time?
Yeah.
I get you.
But so I was overwhelmingly underwhelmed by this album. I've never heard it before.
Overwhelmingly underwhelmed.
I was overwhelmingly underwhelmed by this album. I've never heard it before. I've heard the 2 singles. And I think there's a 3rd single on there, Valentine. I'm sure that was a single. And I think Heart and Soul and China in Your Hand did quite well. I think they got quite high in the charts at the time.
Right.
But I'd never bothered buying the album. It never kind of appealed to me. It's kind of a bit soft ballady type style music, like power rock, power ballads.
Yeah, I thought that when I heard it as well. Well, I found there was nothing memorable. If you'd said to me, could you tell me how this song goes? I have no idea.
Can you actually remember the melody of one song on that album?
No.
I
genuinely no. And I listened to them about 2 hours ago. The whole thing again.
I know you listened to it when you came home from work.
Yeah. And what did I say the first thing when I came through the door?
You came through the front door and went, this album's crap.
Yeah, because it is. I mean, sorry. You can still send album requests in. We've still got a few to do.
Well, it wouldn't be any good if we reviewed albums and they were all fantastic. There's going to be some that we personally don't think are any good. Doesn't mean that the album's rubbish.
Right.
It just means that we think it's crap. And who are we? We're just us.
We are the 80s podcast.
Yeah, well,
we
we
are
are.
the music of the 80s podcast. The only one that's out there, that, as far as I'm aware, which
are.
makes us the authority on the topic
of vinyl album reviews for the 1980s.
Yeah, so actually, what we say goes.
Oh, okay. Quite like that.
Yeah.
I've never known you to be this forceful before. You're feeling quite passionate about this, aren't you?
I am, yeah. I've been to the gym a lot recently.
You have been to the gym a lot. I've noticed how big your bloody arms are.
Massive, we've got Gymshark on.
Yeah, and your arms are really big.
They're trying to be.
Anyway, your physique aside.
Yeah. I've got nothing else to say about this album. Who's that?
So that's Carol.
Is that Carol? That's Carol Tapau. Right. She's stolen the Queen's watch and put it on her ear.
It's Carol Decker.
Carol Decker.
And her brother double.
Isn't that a... Fuck, beat me to it. I was going to say, isn't that those things, like places you buy really good tools from? I've got a Carol Decker drilling machine.
Black and Decker. That's her other brother, Blacken.
Blacken? Blacken? What should we call our children? Firstborn Carol. And then they start doing a bit more meth and heroin.
Double.
That's double. And that's the next one.
Blacken.
Comes to you in the moment in a silent, pitch black room. What do I name this child? Master Decker. Blacken.
Mother's in the playground, they're all playing, and she goes up. She's like, wants to get home. She's been finished talking to her friend and a little clicky group, and she wants to get off. Carol Decker, double Decker, black. It's gonna gag.
Get here right now, Blacken.
Excuse me, miss. Why is your son called Blacken? Because our surname's Decker, of course. You fool.
That was good. Okay, so
Lost me there. So yeah, that's Carol.
That's Carol Tapau.
Tapau. That's Carol Decker.
Where's Tapau come from?
What?
Is that like a...
No.
Is that a Yorkshire term?
No.
For like our friend?
Tapau was a person.
So like not the friend over there. It wouldn't be like Tapau over there.
I've gone to meet Tapau.
Yeah.
No.
Tapau is what?
Tapau is a person. Yeah, Tapau is... she was the queen of the Vulcans in the first series of Star Trek. And in the first series, it'll be the second season, I think.
Right.
Kirk is asked by Spock to go down to the... Will you stop doing your hair?
I was just looking at myself in the thing and my head looks fucking massive.
Well, perhaps you've just got a massive head.
No, I don't want to have that.
So
I've been working out, so it's
You've been doing head exercises then.
I was just saying ego.
So Spock asks Kirk
Right.
to go down to the planet of Vulcan. He has to go and do a special ritual where he has to fight someone to the death, and he asks Kirk to go and be his second, as it's an honorary position. And Kirk goes down, and when they get down there, they get to the planet, and the queen of the Vulcans comes out with all her bodyguards, and Spock says to Kirk, "This is the queen of the Vulcans, T'Pau."
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah, you saw it. I showed
I've
you
seen it. Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
And they have that fight in that sandy arena, don't
really
they?
crap fight.
Well, it's not on par with Kirk versus the Gorn, but
the Gorn is unbelievably good. It's just a Star Trek fight. It's the typical Star Trek. Double.
I don't think you can call it.
hand.
I don't. There's nothing wrong with that manoeuvre, by the way. That's a quality punch. I think you'll find.
You used it. Have you ever used that on someone?
No.
How did it go?
No, I haven't.
What time in the fight do you do that? Because I've not seen. I've watched a lot of UFC recently as well, and I've not seen anyone ever go for the double lock-handed punch swing.
Is that? Don't they use it is that a cage fighting move?
No.
Oh.
It would break all your fingers if you did it, because you've locked them over and then you've brought it down on someone so hard that it just crunches all of them, and you're just there like.
It's the follow-up move to when you kick them in the bollocks, and they go oh, and they double over, and you get that's the finisher offer on the back of the neck.
But they're so ineffective. Punch him in the back of the neck.
How do you know it's ineffective? Have you ever tried it?
I have.
When? So you haven't, have
I
you?
wasn't expecting a follow-up question.
So you haven't, have you?
No.
Right, okay. So,
Are you saying it's like the forbidden move?
yeah.
It's the one move that always kills
Yeah.
one blow?
Yeah, it's called the Hashitakai.
Why?
Because they use it as a special jiu-jitsu move.
What's
And you're never allowed to use it. You're not taught it until right at the very end of all your training.
the last one?
So everybody talks about it, goes, Master, may I learn the Hashitakai? No, my son, you must wait.
Not ready.
The final lesson.
I thought that was the one where I thought there was a move like that. And that move is where you, like, crouch down. So your opponent, you both stood up next to opposite each other. And what you do in a split second is you crouch, punch underneath their legs, and then you grab their balls and just crush them in your hand. And it kills them instantly.
I don't know, I've never heard of that one. No, that's not the Hashitakai.
No, it's the Plum Buster.
Plum Buster. I can't see that in a.
Oh, I'll teach you Plum Buster.
Plum Buster.
And there's that one rogue student who learns it and runs.
Yeah, who's been learning it on the
He's
side.
been going around plum busting everyone.
Yeah, they find like these keep finding bodies.
Yeah.
And the
We think it's a woman.
CSI to carry out like autopsies, and they keep saying, strange phenomenon. This man has had his testicles crushed by a human hand. What kind of maneuver can do that kind of? Who has that power?
And then he puts his the other guy puts his sunglasses on,
Looks for the splatter pattern.
and he looks. If that was the camera for the TV, go. Think I might know a guy. And then it cuts, and then he's there busting plums.
Yeah, and he comes in with his sunglasses on and takes them off really slowly.
Yeah.
You don't have to do this, son. This is not the way. And he says,
He goes, "Shut up, nerd."
there's the Hashitakai on him. That's the end of CSI. It's a good way for it to go out.
Yeah.
So this album, 11 tracks, I found it to be an album of soft rock power ballads, is the best way I could describe it.
Yeah. I don't think those two things go together. If you're going to do a power ballad, it needs power. Otherwise...
Soft rock ballad? Soft rock? Sort of not thrashy guitars, more kind of... What's the mixing effect when you soften off the sound? What's that called? Is it just called softening, is it? Or is it?
I don't know.
Has it got a proper technical term?
No, because that's not a term. It's more a subjective opinion on what the sound is. Because to you, a soft sound is different to what a soft sound to me is. So it depends what you mean.
So if I gave you a really abrasive guitar noise and I said, could you soften that down off for me? What would you do to it on the mixing desk?
Well, I would assume first that it's, when you say harsh, you mean like distortion. If you run it through an amp and it's like pretty like...
Yeah.
We're going to turn the distortion down for a start. Right. So it just sounds like a...
Yeah.
And you just lower some of the high end.
And you could lower the attack so that when the note comes in, you don't hit the note straight away.
But you can't do that.
Oh, can't you?
Because it's a guitar.
Oh, right.
You can't change the attack on a guitar because the attack is instant. It's the whole point of a guitar.
I've got no idea what it is that they do to the sounds on this album to make it soft rock. All I can tell you is it sounds like someone's got a kind of half decent guitar sound and wrapped it up in cotton wool and then recorded it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, there's no high end on it. They've just tailed it off.
Oh, it's awful. I really haven't got much more to say about it apart from the fact that, as you quite rightly pointed out, that in 2018, Carol Decker... So they carried on making albums. They made another album after this, which I assume was quite successful at the time. They released another one in the early 2000s, I think, or the late 90s.
Yeah.
Then one in 2015, and then in 2018 she made this single called Run. And it's brilliant. It's really, really good.
Right.
But I guess it's because you've got today's technology to do it. And it's really simple. Some very simple keyboards, a drum track.
Right.
But what she does is, I find that on this album, she doesn't use her voice effectively. They've over mixed her voice.
Yes. The classic pitfall trap.
Is it?
Yes.
Is that like in a Canadian forest? Someone would like, I want to catch a wild bear. So I'm going to prepare the classic pitfall trap.
Yeah, I'm going to set up a band and lure him into a false sense of security.
Using Carol Decker's overdubbed voice. The bear's going, so going through the woods. I'm so bloody hungry. I'm starving. I haven't eaten for about... I've been in hibernation for all winter. Springtime, I'm fucking starving. I could really do a nice piece of meat. Because Canadian bears are cockneys. And he's like, go through the woods. Oh, what's that lovely smell? And he's like, there's a bait, something like a calf or something hanging from a tree.
Right.
Oh, bloody lovely meat. Gonna get some of that, son. Goes lumbering over, and as he's going towards it, suddenly from the calf comes dun 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 dun. Give a little bit of heart and soul. The bear's like, oh my goodness, it's Carol Decker from T'Pau. I can't resist. He comes lumbering towards the calf carcass, and then there's a great big pit, and then he falls into it full of sharp stakes. That's it. And he's in the bottom of the pit with all the sharp stakes going, fucking hell, Carol.
What the hell?
That's how you
Curse you, Carol T'Pau!
It's I can see the bear.
Yeah.
I'll get you next time, Carol T'Pau.
What's that thing where they do the cartoon races?
Oh, wacky races.
Yeah, that's it. It's like that.
Oh, it's always on Scooby-Doo, isn't it? Where, and I would have got away with it too if hadn't been for you meddling kids.
You meddling
meddling Decker. You, Carol, and your sons, double and blacken.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Carol Deckhead, more like.
she has like shoes named after her. Decker shoes, and then they shortened it down to deck shoes for boaters to wear.
Right.
Which is what I was explaining to you the other day, is why you don't go on the foredeck of a yacht when it's covered in water in bare feet, because you'll slip over.
Yes, you will.
You need to wear rubber-soled deck shoes.
You're really proud of that
Or
fact, aren't you?
Or plimsolls.
Don't do that.
Do you think...
I don't like the generic term for things. That cringes me out.
Yeah,
It's
but
a weird
they
thing,
were the training shoe of the 1950s and 60s. The plimsoll.
Oh, it's disgusting.
But
It's still a disgusting
I wonder if they
word.
came from the deck shoe that migrated into a lace-up trainer, and it was named after the plimsoll line on a ship. Because it's a nautical term, nautical
Is
shoes.
it?
Yeah, I'm asking that question. I wonder if that's where they got the name from.
It's actually called a plimsoll.
Yeah, the plimsoll line after the bloke who, I'm sure it's Mr. Plimsoll, whoever, Tommy.
And they didn't name it after the shoe. It was the other way around.
Yeah, definitely. The plimsoll line's it's been on there for ages, so you can measure the depth of the freight in the
That
ship.
would make sense, actually. That's
I wonder if they named the
plimsoll after that, because
Yeah.
the high... Maybe.
Didn't they come back in fashion for a while, like the old Dunlop Green Flash plimsoll? Didn't that become back as a fashionable footwear accessory at one point?
No.
Oh, all right then. I thought it
I
did.
thought plimsolls were like a canvas shoe with a rubber bottom.
You're thinking of pumps.
Now, don't be mistaken. Those are pumps.
You're thinking of the black slip-on shoes you used to wear for PE when you were infant school.
Yeah.
And no, that's not a plimsoll.
What's a plimsoll?
Plimsolls are white, and
Same shoe but white.
They lace up, and they have a canvas top, and they don't have that rubbery toe bit that the pumps have. And I've never understood why do they have the rubbery toe? What's with that? Why?
Because it's where your toes are.
Yeah, but why are they covered in rubber?
Because it like keeps the shape more. Because how awful is it if that just flattens on your foot?
Oh, okay.
It's not a nice feeling. Also, if you're kicking stuff with it.
Do you do that as an infant? What, you're kicking? You're like playing on the apparatus, aren't you?
Kick football, maybe.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I thought when you're go on.
What about when you like bend your foot and it bends and creases the shoe?
Yeah.
And you've got a little pocket at the end then to like hold your toes.
I like that.
Otherwise, it will just keep pushing into the fabric.
I like that a lot.
Plimsolls are shit.
I think that's rather dismissive of you, of the whole genre of plimsolls.
Oh, well, I'll be the one to stand up and say it then.
Oh, you do that then.
I don't know. I don't like the name. I just don't like the name of the shoe. It really cringes me out for some reason.
It's the way that it's said, isn't it? You don't like it's plimsoll.
I don't. That's not nice as well. That's not going to be nice for anyone listening. But it's the The word, whoever made the word up, is a disgusting word. But it's just too generic. It's like buying a regular branded item from the supermarket, like, let me think, like a Kit Kat.
Yeah.
And then the store do their own brand, which are usually better, by the way. But they call it something like Twin Wafer Stick Chocolate Bar.
What's wrong with that?
That's too long, but it'll be like Chocolate Snap. And I hate that. I hate that generic nothing term for it.
I actually stand corrected.
Did you just look up plimsolls in the time?
Yes, I have. So I stand corrected. Not to take it away from your
Go for it. Yeah.
shop branded chocolate.
It's everything. I don't like anything.
So you were actually right. The school plimsoll is exactly what you said it is. It's what we call pumps. A plimsoll shoe, plimsoll, spelt Plimsoll, or plimsoll, SOLE.
Yeah.
Daps.
Oh, yeah, Mum used to call them daps.
Or pumps. It's a type of athletic...
I hated that as well. I hated daps. And Mum used to say to me, go and put your daps on. And I used to cringe. But I never said anything. But I hated that.
Because she was using the correct terminology.
Daps.
That's what they are.
Put your dap... It's just... Why? Okay, carry on.
It's a type of athletic shoe with a canvas upper and rubber sole, developed as beachwear in the 1830s by the Liverpool Rubber Company. Plimsolls have solid rubber soles about 8 or 9 millimeters thick, so there is a specific technical specification
measurement to it.
So if you have a sole that's less than 8 mil or more than 9 mil, it's not a plimsoll.
Wow. I didn't know they were made that early as well. 1800s?
To which the canvas is glued without coming up the sides, as on trainers. The effect when running is similar to running without shoes.
That's bullshit. It's not. It's very much like running with shoes because the bottom of them is flat. It feels like they're definite, it's like a bit of gammon attached to the bottom of your feet.
Here's the best bit. The bit of gammon. It's like slapping as you run. Yeah. The shoe was originally, and often still is in parts of the United Kingdom, called a sand shoe, and acquired the nickname plimsoll in the 1870s. This name arose, according to Nicolette Jones's book, The Plimsoll Sensation. There's a whole book about plimsolls.
Christ.
And we'll be checking that out. I'm going to get that out from the library, The Plimsoll Sensation.
Good luck getting there.
Because the coloured horizontal band joining the upper to the sole resembled the plimsoll line on a ship's hull.
Whee! You got it. Who would have thought?
Fantastic. That's the plimsoll. There you go.
Well, I can't believe that... Oh, what a disgusting looking shoe, though. Oh, a Converse.
Is a Converse a plimsoll? Or is it actually a Converse?
Well, no, because I think a Converse is the brand.
I think we should go and measure the soles on a pair of Converse. And if they are between 8 and 9 millimetres, we can say to them...
They're basketball shoes.
Actually, they're plimsolls. You've got that wrong.
Would you like to know a funny thing?
Yeah, I would, actually.
Talking about plimsolls is more interesting than T'Pau's album.
Well, I think we've kind of lost... The album's disappeared pretty rapidly, didn't it?
Right, chuck it away then.
I quite like the sleeve. Her hair's quite nice.
It's okay.
I like the logo on the back. That's quite interesting.
That's the logo for T'Pau.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a face. It looks like an Easter Island head.
Oh, what is it? Let's have a look.
An Easter Island head on its side. Eye, nose, mouth,
clever.
chin, eyebrow.
Clever.
Ear. There you
See if
go.
anybody else gets it.
Oh, and backwards, it looks like it says T.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
The face is there. That's some clever work.
It is. So hats off to the artist. Does it say who he was? So perhaps we could get a shout out to him.
Call us. Email us, actually.
Yeah.
Email us or drop a comment if you're the artist of the T'Pau album, and we will interview you.
It's been designed by something to do with that drink that... what's his name?
I don't know.
Give
me more clues than that.
Pharrell Williams drinks.
Oh dear. Oh. Would you be
Logo design.
Would you be talking about cream?
Look.
Logo design, the Cream Group.
Or if Pharrell knows.
I love that.
We want to know if... so one of the things we want to ask our viewing public, has anybody had the chance yet to sample some Pharrell Williams cream?
I love this drink. I found out about it maybe about a month ago, actually. I don't think it exists anymore. Pharrell Williams did his own line of, like, I think, like, Baileys, like, cream
Wasn't
liqueur.
Was it different colours, though? Wasn't there 3 colours? 3 different colours? They're pastel-y colours, I'm sure we saw.
Yeah, they're all cream-based colours, because it's called cream.
Cream.
But it's spelt Qream. And I hate that, but it's brilliant. And there was an interview with Pharrell, and someone asked him about it when he brought it out, and they said, how do you pronounce the name? And he goes, it's cream with a Q. And she goes, huh? He goes, it's pronounced cream with a Q. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm now confused. Is he saying you pronounce it cream, which is cream with a Q, or do you just say, ooh, pass me that bottle of cream with a Q?
I think it's the second one, the latter.
You think he's being cool about it?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep calling it cream.
So am I, because I love it.
Yeah.
And we haven't been able to find it anywhere, have we?
No, I can't. I don't. Well, American stores, they have it technically listed.
Right.
$25. I'm willing to put my money on the line and try and get a bottle imported. Just to
We've
try
got
it
contacts
on
in
the
America
podcast.
that could get it for us, haven't we?
Multiple.
Yeah.
Multiple. And if you're a viewer from the US,
hi there.
send me a bottle of cream, please, by Pharrell Williams.
Yeah, or drink some and tell us what you think.
Yeah, or that. Actually, yeah, that'd be better. If you can get a bottle, try a bit.
Drink the whole bottle and then do a review on it.
And then
after
do
drunk
like
the whole bottle.
a minute to 2 minutes video of yourself. Explain what it's like. Send us the video. We'll include it. We'll put it in this video, and we'll all watch it together.
We'll watch it together.
We'll all sit down together around the fire and we'll watch his video.
Let's all sit
Or her.
cross-legged on the floor in a circle and
Yeah.
talk about cream.
Cream.
I'm absolutely sure it's a Scouse drink.
Oh, yeah, it could be.
All right, mate, can I have a bottle of cream?
Yeah. It would fit in.
Great.
Fit in really well.
Yeah, it would.
Up there.
I don't know what else to say about the album. I keep trying to go back to it because I think we're supposed to be doing a vinyl review, but I can't think of anything better to say about the.
I think that's absolutely fine. I don't think we need to go back to it anymore.
That's it then. I'm not going to talk about the album anymore.
For an episode 1, it's a great intro.
Series 2, episode 1. Season? Are we going series?
We're going
seasons. Season 2.
Yes.
Season 2.
I think.
Are we going to take? Taking a summer recess this year?
Yeah.
We'll have to, won't we? For a little short summer recess.
We will do.
To recharge the old batteries.
Yeah. Hopefully buy some new equipment.
Ooh.
Because I have plans to buy more equipment.
Excellent.
Which will be better, which is a better camera.
And as when you do the tour around the
cetera.
studio, you'll see actually what we've invested in so far. So this keyboard is not just the only piece of new equipment.
Yeah, we didn't move room and buy a keyboard. That's not the studio upgrade.
You'll notice my chair.
And yeah, he has a better chair.
I actually have a chair that I can, do interviewy stuff in now, or podcasty stuff in.
That's the other thing we need to do this season is interviews. So you need to get
we've got a couple lined up, haven't we? So we'll get those get those sorted out and get the interviews set up and get them put in. We've also got some a couple of new people to meet from the world of music as well.
Interesting.
I'm hopeful, quietly confident. I think I'm going to say quietly confident that with this new secure location that we're in, that we hopefully will have seen the last of the Pearly King, because I really don't know how on earth he would get in here.
Yeah.
It is a secure facility, so hopefully he won't be dropping by anytime soon. The phone lines are open for callers as well.
Interesting.
Anybody wants to dial in?
Famous or not, we'll take the lot.
We will. So, I wanted to talk about social distancing.
Oh, yeah, you did.
So, am I right in assuming this is a phrase that's only come about because of COVID-19? So, yeah, I use the proper technical word for it there.
Except you didn't.
Why? What's wrong with it?
You fucked up.
What's wrong with it?
What's it called?
Coronavirus ID 19.
What's the other one? What did you call it?
I don't know.
What did you call it?
Coronavirus ID
No,
19.
that's not. Did you call it COVID-19? That's the family tree of a crow.
No, it's Corvus.
Yeah. A corvid is a crow or a raven. It's the same family. You mean COVID-19.
Are you absolutely certain about this?
COVID-19 is what we're calling coronavirus. That is the strain. A corvid is a raven, jackdaw or crow. We're not talking about 19 crows and hiding from them.
I thought that's how it started. From people eating crows.
What are you looking this up now? I hate this iPad. It's COVID-19. Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
COVID-19.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
What's
So
COVID-19 then?
COVID is, I mean, it's a good band name after all this passes over.
Corvids. That's bloody clever, Jacob, that is. The crow family.
Thank you.
Corvidae is a cosmopolitan family of Ocene passerine birds that contains the crows, ravens, rooks, jackdaws, jays, magpies, tree pies, chuffs, and nutcrackers. In common English, they're known as the crow family, or more technically, COVID-19.
It actually sounds like a really shit super boy band, super boy group.
No, it sounds like a really bad metal band, doesn't it? Good evening, gentlemen, we're COVID-19.
I was thinking like, what's it called? D12.
Who?
D12, it's a rap group.
Is it?
It's one that Eminem started in. There are 12 of them.
Oh, right.
Anyway, social distancing.
Yes. Now, is that because of the coronavirus?
Right.
Is this an expression that's come about because of that, or was it an expression before? Because I've never heard of social distancing before.
It's not been. It might be a term of thinking for like these kind of things, but it's just now it's being used because it's a good method to prevent the transmission.
Right.
It's not something that someone's just been like, socially distance yourself. No one's like really told to do that except for these kind of situations.
It's not an expression that we'd use to stop people invading your own personal space. It's the etiquette of social distancing.
I've never heard it used.
I'm just putting it out there.
You're going to use it that way?
No.
How would you use that?
I'm not going to use it. I don't like it.
I'm not. I don't like you. I'm going to ask you to socially distance yourself from me.
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
3 meters away at least.
It's 2 meters.
Streets.
Isn't it? I thought social distancing was at least 2 meters.
Yeah, it is.
2 meter gap. But I quite like that now. I quite like the fact that you could say to someone,
I will advise you to socially distance
I'm
yourself.
advising you to socially distance yourself from me.
Before I smack you.
Because 2 meters is outside my punch range.
Right.
My swing is less than 2 meters.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I saw a great, also very insensitive video the other day, which just reminded me of it was when your nephew catches coronavirus and starts coughing, and then the video is some bloke from WWE doing like a shin, what do you call it, a elbow pile drive into someone.
So
I just love the idea of getting your nephew and...
Yeah, I've got one of a guy in Africa saying that we've got an elbow bump, and then it cuts to a guy who comes up to a blow in the street, goes straight in his face and knocks him flat. I showed you the other night.
You did, yeah.
I know
Love it.
it's probably really socially wrong for us to make light of it, but at the moment the country's in such a weird place. We've got the triple Bs out there, the bulk buying bastards buying everything so old people have got no bloody food.
Yeah.
Stockpiling it like it's Armageddon, and then people can't...
Who don't need it, by the way. You don't need 100 toilet rolls. You're not going to shit yourself on coronavirus. You're going to shit yourself because you made a shit curry the other night. That's what's going to happen. You don't need... That annoys me. What? Just, you don't need that many.
No, you
How many
don't.
soaps do you need? You get one thing of soap. It lasts you like 3 months.
I know.
Why 20?
I don't
What do
know.
you think's going to happen?
I've got no idea what's happened. All I can say is that the country's gone bonkers, and I just am amazed at the selfishness of some people. I'm going to make a social comment now.
Ooh, first time ever.
So I don't understand what is wrong with the people of this country. I always thought British people were pretty good at looking after each other.
Yeah.
Yet you see old people who go into a supermarket, who live in a little flat, who've got no storage space. They probably go and buy their toilet rolls once a week, get 4 for the week, and they go in and because some git has bought the whole lot,
Yeah.
because they see everybody else doing it, what are they going to do? They've now got no toilet rolls. Thank goodness some of the supermarkets have now put in that first hour of the morning from 9 till 10. It's only for the vulnerable and elderly. Quite right.
That's a good
Quite
idea.
right.
Yeah.
Why? That's just selfish and rude and arrogant.
It is.
And bunch of tossers.
People panicking without understanding
I know.
what on earth's even going on.
Exactly.
I think. I don't understand it.
If we get lockdown, the longest lockdown is for 14 days. If the whole country's locked down, it'll be locked down for 14 days. Because that's the incubation period. So,
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
so you're telling me you can't last on 6 or 8 toilet rolls in 14 days?
Yeah. Something's not right.
Do
is
what
it?
we did in the war and use newspaper.
What we did in the war. Do what we did in the war. I thought what you did in the war was wipe your ass with your fingers and then wash your fingers.
No, that's in another country they do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure you didn't do that.
No.
Sure you told me you did that in
No.
this various country.
No. I've never done that. I've always made sure I've got a small supply of wet wipes in my haversack.
Ooh, how delightful.
In my Bergen.
God. Well, is that all you had to say on social distancing?
That was
there
it.
some
Yeah,
other
I
point
wanted to
it?
know where the phrase came from.
I think it's quite new.
And I just
It
wanted
is stopping. It is actually preventing
I'm
the
sure it
cases
is.
rising.
Yeah, of course.
At the same rate, which is cool.
I'm absolutely sure all the precautions the government are taking are the right things to do. I've got no problem with that at all. The problem I've got is, number one, is the way it's been handled from the outset. The communication has been absolutely dreadful.
Yeah, it's not been good.
And it's, again, that whole thing of the internet getting hold of it and fake news and people getting all the wrong stories. I also blame the press because they just glorify it. If we'd have had some really good comms every day, twice a day from the government, all over the media and all over social media, then
The government, they can do that thing where they can hijack your radio, can't they?
of course they can. They can take over. They can shut all the
TV as well.
Yeah.
Why don't Bodge just do that?
Boris, why don't you come and join our podcast and give out some proper information to the viewers?
Yeah.
And we might get you to do a vinyl. You can take the album with you as well while you're here.
You can have that.
You have that as a freebie. We've got to send that back to Cornwall, haven't we? Back to John Coffey.
We do, yeah. We do send them all back.
I'll be glad to see the back of that one, actually.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I've got to say.
I don't think I've got much else to say either, except welcome back.
I hope that wasn't too heavy for the first one.
Let us know what you thought.
Probably going to get a barrage of really bad comments now.
Should have ended it as season 1. Don't know why you even came back. End it on a good note at least.
Got off on a high.
Also, could you review Karma Chameleon?
That's a single. But we could do it. Yeah, we'll do it. If somebody wants us to do a Culture Club album, we'll do another. We will review any album from 1980 to 1985. I won't go past
I thought it was 9.
I'm not doing anything
You're
past
doing that
85.
late
No, yeah, we will. We'll do anything from
We will.
80 to 89.
Anything, thank you.
From January the 1st, 1980 to December the 31st, 1989.
Good.
We will review any album in that period. I prefer to do it 81, 82, 83. I've had the choice, but that's not just the 80s.
You decided to make the podcast. It was not called
It's not, don't you forget about 1981, 82,
Yeah.
83.
the first 5 years of the 80s. It's all of them.
Was when the best music was.
All right.
That's it.
That's it. No guests this week. They will be soon. Tune in next time for a wicked 80s review. Might edit that out.
Bye!